Thanks for joining us for another Kickstarter Conniption. Today we'll be taking a look at Storm Dragons from Dragon Phoenix Games.
And as always, our previews are sponsored in part by our Kickstarter backers and also by the makers of this game. Let's get rolling.
Hey guys, welcome to Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Apprentice Dan, and today we're going to take a look at Storm Dragons by Dragon Phoenix Games. It's a 2 to 6 player trick-taking card game set in a fantasy world with storms and dragons. We've got a prototype copy, so let's jump in and take a look.
To start the game, deal out the entire deck of cards to each player and have each player draw 5 cards.
The first player chooses night or day and plays a dragon or storm in front of them.
As you play more dragons, you perform whatever action is listed and put that card at the head or tail of the dragon.
Once you play a dragon, you compare the strength of your flight with other players by totaling up the strength of the head, wings, and tail, along with the strength of your storms. If you're strongest, you get to take control of the challenge token.
If you have the strongest flight of dragons, you can initiate a challenge. During the challenge, each other player gets one more chance to play another card.
The player with the strongest flight wins the challenge and gets to keep the played cards in their victory pile.
Once a challenge is completed, each player draws cards and a new round begins.
Play continues until a player has completely run out of all their cards, and the player with the most dragons in their victory pile wins the game.
Storm Dragons takes the trick-taking game to a new level with some advanced gameplay and a cool theme. I really liked that it wasn't just like a regular trick-taking game with a thin veneer of player abilities or card abilities, but those card abilities really take the forefront and the trick-taking is almost secondary.
Yeah, definitely. The fact that you're playing these cards, you have the abilities that trigger, and then choosing between the head or tail, because while you may always think, well, the head, this is the strongest, some dragons have more strength when played at the tail, whereas the ones at the head are the ones where their ongoing abilities take place. So you might really want to put that dragon down at the head, but then you have to think, well, I'm going to cover up this other ability, and it's no longer going to be possible for me to use that. And the way that those dragons then interact with the storms, there's just a lot going on for a trick-taking game.
Yeah, all of the dragons are unique in their own way with the different abilities that they have. Some of them, for instance, let you draw in the power from your storm and mimic it on your dragon, and then others will let you draw additional cards into your hand or replace a card you've already laid down, or even go out there and assassinate an opposing player's dragon and put it into your victory pile. That's always satisfying.
And Ryan knows what that's like because there are multiple copies of these cards, plenty of copies. There's a pretty good sized deck really that you're playing with. And Ryan was playing in a game and played a card thinking, I don't think there's any more of that left in the deck. But then we got around to Katie, and she played the same exact dragon and did it right back to Ryan and ended up with the victory for that round.
Yeah, it was a little harsh, but I think I won overall, so
you did.
Not super upset. But yeah, so if you aren't remembering that other people can have these cards too, it can definitely come back to bite you. One of the other things that is interesting about the game is the whole day-night cycle. So the first player gets to choose whether it's day or night, and there are some cards that let you switch it mid-game. So some dragons, they're actually stronger at night, or they have a different ability that gets to activate at night versus the daytime. So you might want to switch the day to night or night to day to mess up one of your opponents or to strengthen your own power.
Yeah, I definitely think we did that once, twice, 3 times. Like we did that a number of times where suddenly you think you're going to win, but then you play that card just right, you switch it to nighttime, and now you have a much more powerful dragon, so that was really cool. I really liked some of the art. There's definitely some prototype art here, but some of the stuff that you can tell is more polished looks really good. They did a great job, whether it was one person, 2 people, however many artists were involved in this. Really nice job in designing the art here.
If Storm Dragons seems of interest to you, definitely check it out on Kickstarter, and be sure to stay tuned to our channel for more videos like this one.
It's a trick-taking card game.
We have a hold of a prototype, so let's take a look.
That was almost good, except I had my mouth open.
I tried to help. I tried to do it.